John Walsh, you are an expert in America's Most Wanted. Do you think this is the same guy that terrorized the country 20 years ago?
Well, the Wichita police are pretty sure, and so are the FBI, because of the different clues he's been leaving. He actually, in one of the clues that he left, he actually sent some Xerox pictures of one of the women he brutalized and murdered, almost like they were crime scene photographs, and a Xerox of her license. That was one woman. Nancy Fox, a woman that was murdered in Wichita, he actually sent her driver's license after 30 years. So there's almost no doubt in law enforcement's mind and in mine that this low-life coward, that this is him coming out after 30 years and saying, I'm not as famous as Ted Bundy. I'm not as famous as the Hillside Strangler. I want my 15 minutes of shame, 15 minutes of infamy, and he is absolutely torturing this community and absolutely breaking the hearts of the victims' families.
Well, you know what, John? God willing, that's how serial killers get caught, when their egos take over. Why do you say that, John?
He's a coward, certainly a coward, a little weasel. I mean, the first family that he murdered, the Otero family in '74, he goes into their house and he brings in, he likes Venetian blind cord. That's why they call him BTK. He actually named himself BTK. Bind, torture, and kill. This coward killed the father in the house that day. He killed the mother, tied them both up and tortured them. But what is the heartbreaking, real heartbreaker of this case is the 11-year-old daughter he hung from a pipe in the basement after he raped her and murdered the 9-year-old son. And the older teenage son came home to find his sister hanging in the basement naked, raped and murdered, his little brother in a separate bedroom, and his mother and father bound and tortured by this coward.
KAKE TV's Larry Hatteberg is with us. Okay, we know he's charged with 10 murders. We know that there, at least authorities believe, I don't believe, that there has been a period of dormancy where he has not struck. The fact that he started sending messages to me indicates that he was about to crank back up again. What do you think, Larry?
We know that he loved publicity. He loved seeing his name on the network shows. He loved seeing his name in the newspaper, and particularly on the local channels here. He loved that. He lived for that publicity. Early in the 1970s, he wrote us a letter because he had previously written a letter to the newspaper that they had not yet published, so he wrote us a letter and he said, quote, how many more people do I have to kill before I get my name in the paper?
What does he do for a living?
He was a compliance officer for the city of Park City, and he was kind of a little bit of a jack of all trades. He was kind of in charge of the dog catcher there.
The dog catcher?
Right, that's exactly right.
I know this is going to make a lot of people mad, but when I think dog catcher, I have very bad connotations.
And he was the president of his Lutheran Church congregation here in Wichita, and the people there were absolutely devastated. They could not believe that this was the same man who sat in their pews and was really known as a worker doobie, would do anything in the church. And then we have the other side of him, that when he put on the badge and became the compliance officer,
you mean the dog catcher compliance badge? It sounds like Barney Fife.
Well, I don't know if it was Barney Fife, but he really had this demeanor for many people there in which they didn't like him. When he came over to their house, we have one report where he was measuring the length of grass in the front yard and writing citations because of that.
With a ruler?
Yeah.